We're here with a very exciting announcement for Nintendo fans around the world. It's finally here, it's finally time. Nintendo's done it, they've announced the successor to the Nintendo Switch, and it's coming this year.
Yes, indeed, it's been quite a while. How many years have we had the Switch out now?
Oh, it's in 17, isn't it? So it's got to be, 7 years now? No, is that, 7 years, coming out for 8.
Something like that. It's been out for years, and everyone's been saying, well, when's the next console coming out? But
of course,
they have, announced today that apparently it's coming out when?
This year.
This year.
Actually this year. So I'm going to quote the big man himself, Mr. Furukawa, president of Nintendo. He said, "We will make an announcement about the successor to Nintendo Switch within this fiscal year. It will have been over 9 years since we announced the existence of Nintendo Switch back in March 2015. We will be holding a Nintendo Direct this June regarding the Nintendo Switch software lineup for the latter half of 2024, but please be aware that there will be no mention of the Nintendo Switch successor during that presentation." So in other words, Nintendo Direct soon, it's not going to have Switch 2 in that. That's going to be a separate announcement.
Okay, but they're saying there is going to be one this year, but just not announcing it then.
Yes, so within this fiscal year, which means very, very soon, basically.
Right, so very soon. That's very exciting. The thing is, right now, I know that people are sort of pushing dollars and pound notes at their screen trying to get this thing.
Oh, yes.
But the thing is, what I want to know, how much?
How much? Of course, the specs. What's it going to have?
The specs.
The graphical power, and more importantly, the games.
Well, the games as well. I'm just thinking about how much. Currently, apparently, you can buy here in the UK a Switch OLED for $299.
$299, right.
Pounds. That's about $375, something like that.
Right.
See? So, but I've heard rumours that they think this will be more. Now, that would make sense to me, wouldn't it?
That's a fair point.
I mean, new console costs more because it's new.
Well, of course, the Switch OLED has that glorious OLED screen.
But you can pick up $325 for a non-OLED one.
Well.
That's the Switch, but this new one, I think, is going to be over $375.
No, I can't imagine it happening. Nintendo have always been very keen to keep that price down because, of course, their entire business is based around software sales. Mario, Link, Metroid, Smash Brothers, all the big titles. So I really think they're going to try to keep the price, I think, at the same price point as Nintendo Switch is now. But, of course, we'll have to wait and see. Now, I mean, we've obviously got the guaranteed titles coming up, I presume, like Smash Brothers, Mario Kart, Mario. I mean, obviously that's the bread and butter of Nintendo's business. But, I don't know where they're going to go with Switch 2. Is it going to be a bunch of reboots, updates and remakes and ports of existing games? Or are they really going to roll their sleeves up and start just throwing a whole slew of new software at us? I don't know.
Well, I mean, to my mind, I can remember just about, I think it was in Cradle actually, I can't remember, when the Nintendo 64 came out.
Long time ago.
They sold that with what? Mario 64. I mean, massive. I mean, really epic sort of input into the gaming market. That was back then.
Of course it was.
Mario 64.
Yes.
But the thing is, you see, it would be very sensible, I think, if they introduced it with another new Mario game. That's a big thing to say, I know. But that's the last one we had.
Well, I don't know.
Galaxy, then we had
Odyssey,
yeah.
Yes, but of course they haven't always done that. Like you said, they did do the 64 with Mario 64, the Game Boy, of course, with Tetris and Super Mario Land, but then, of course, they tried the GameCube with Luigi's Mansion. That didn't go so well, but then, of course, they proceeded to they did that again, with Wii Sports on the Nintendo Wii. There was no Mario game then either, and that worked. So,
look, we know roughly what it's worth.
Yes.
Well, we think it might be more, could be similar, whatever.
I reckon
they might
similar
be smart
price
to think, okay, hang on, let's keep it the same price or whatever.
Yeah.
Games, could be. Surely it's the Zelda game.
Well, no. Maybe. I'm also thinking, though, what about Metroid Prime 4? That's got to be on the new Switch, hasn't it? I don't think it'll be for the current one.
Okay, maybe. I mean, it could be. But what about the style of... I mean, how's it going to work? That's an interesting point, isn't it?
Is it going to have...
We had different sort of ideas. We went from we had the Switch. Before that, we had the
Wii, and the Wii U, of course.
The Wii U, yes. With its thing held.
Yes.
And then we had the gaming controllers with the Switch. So I wonder if they'll follow the same pattern with those controllers, or whether they'll try to do something else.
Well, let's be frank, Bertie. They want to do VR, or like the holodeck from Star Trek. They've been trying to do that for years. I don't think the technology is there just yet. So if I had to guess, I think they're just going to have similar Joy-Cons and that kind of thing based on the Switch, assuming it's going to be called the Switch 2. And that's a big assumption, because it might not be Switch 2. It might be something totally different with a new gimmick. We're going to have to wait and see.
Yeah, I mean, they've said what? We're announcing this is the successor to it.
Well, I mean, that's quite specific wording, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, knowing Nintendo, I mean, they like to put new names
Yes,
I mean, we had
yes.
Wii. Oh, we had Wii U.
But the Wii U flopped, you see.
Yeah,
so
so you didn't like that.
no.
They're scared of that. So
Yes.
you might Switch 2, Switch U. I don't know. Don't think so.
No, I can't think.
Switch U. No, Switch U. I think go somewhere else with that one.
Well, no,
Switch U.
it could be the Wii 2. I don't know what it could be, but I know one thing for sure, fellows. We have had the word from the man himself, the chief of Nintendo. It's going to be this fiscal year. Get excited and let us know in the comments what you think this console is going to be like, and of course, what games it's going to have.
Yes, right. Yes, and smash your piggy banks and things. And are you
Yes.
going to buy it?
I'm
Are you going to buy
buying it day one.
No,
oh, yes.
the viewers, are you going to buy it? Tell us in the comments. Are you going to buy this thing? Are you saving up now? Are you thinking, oh, quickly, let's go out and do some, I don't know, some bob jobs or something?
It's not going to be that much, is it? £5,000 or something? For goodness sake. No.
Hopefully not.
My word. Thank you kindly for joining us, fellows, in this interesting and exciting news announcement. We look forward to seeing you once more in the next exciting outing, I say. Until then,
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.